Hello, Wanderer. Look what I finally got back. Please work.
두 분은 맞아?
This not cute. Wendy. 뭐야?
I think it's cute.
All right. My laptop was having a lot of issues. Like in the middle of it, Chrome just crashed. As I was just trying to like simply send the link, but it just decided to crash. Luckily, that did not interrupt the standby at all, just because of the fact that that's running off of my computer. So luckily, that didn't like get interrupted. It got interrupted near the end just because of the fact I finally joined back in. But like other than that, yeah, yeah, that was all of the new. Did I show this one? Okay, I think there we actually added new stuff to it, but other than that, yeah. So welcome to this edition of the Unboxing Spectacular, the live. Obviously, this one I didn't have as creative of a name, but that's just because of what I have in mind. So if we were to adjust that. I don't know how I sound like. I should probably go look on YouTube. Because I need to make sure I'm not echoing. So please excuse me for this. I need to watch myself. Okay, I sound fine. Heavily delayed, but I sound fine. What is all of this stuff on my YouTube notifications? Other than that, I think that should be pretty much it. I forgot to add this to a playlist. So let's. I don't have any buffering to like introduce just because you guys are going to see that content. But I mean, you guys are seeing that content now with the Avatar gear opening and Friday's video, which is kind of obvious what that's going to be, as I alluded to that. Other than that, the entirety of October, I'm powering through it. Is Ghost. We're going to cover the majority of the toy line in 2 weeks. So 2 weeks of reviews and then 2 weeks of demos. And then November will be Geo, which is going to be a bit more lax because obviously I have very little Geo to cover. That'll be another 2 weeks of reviews and demos, and then the first 2 weeks, or I think the last week of November and the first week of December, is the rest of Trigger, to which obviously the Gaia set just got released like last week, and obviously hopefully this week I can actually go back on buy to get Gashapon set 2 and other things and such. So then Trigger is actually complete. And then for the rest of the month, it's probably going to be a stockpile of like unboxings from November and December. However, October is going to be weird just because, yes, it's going to break my flow of content just because typically I prefer to not break anything. Like, again, Ghost is going to be packed. Ghost is going to be 3 videos per day for the most part. For the first week, it's 3 videos per day. But the issue is that I have other videos that need to get put out. Because again, like I said, this is phase 1 of this particular unboxing spectacular. There's 3 phases. So those are going to come through, but like they're going to come like after, you know, the 3rd video. So like I just want to apologize about that in advance, just because I personally really don't like doing that. Other than that, let's probably get straight to this. Other than that, I've already kind of stated Geo. Right now, where I'm on like day 6 of Ghost. Like I'm exporting that batch, then I need to edit and render and export like day 7's batch, just so then I can actually finally start putting all this stuff up. I actually probably should have started putting this stuff up already, because of the fact I think YouTube only allows you to upload 15 videos per upload. But anyways, so let's add my cam to the stream and sold that up. Jeez. Because I'll show you a sneak peek of the next 2 spectaculars later. But yeah, so this thing is here. So it got bashed in, but like other than that, this thing is here, which is surprising. I am really psyched for this. So I think this one will probably be one of the more quicker ones, just because of how, things are. Let me just make sure. Yep, that's an invoice. Let me take a look at it. Woohoo, I caught it. Jesus, one expensive thing. So yeah. Here's this majestic piece. Oh gosh, this is heavy. Wow. Like obviously, I already gave a hint what this one is through the title, but here we are. This. Jeez, okay, yeah, here it is. It's the Kamen Rider Revice CD box. I actually pre-ordered this thing. This thing actually looks pretty high quality. Oh wow, this thing really is high quality. Wow, oh, that's cool. All right, so just looking at the contents so far, but so let's bring this back up so that I can actually make this the thumbnail now. Other than that, this, I don't like how you have to do this, but I don't think you can change it midstream. That's probably the case. Oh, okay, yeah, now I could, but I'll do the description after the stream. I don't know what to do with it. Obviously, it doesn't update right away. Let's just do a snarky tweet. Thank you, Apex, for actually caring to promote. I should just say Kamen Rider. Promote. Thank you, Apex, for actually caring to promote Kamen Rider this year. Other than that, what buys now? When did buy have a desired driver giveaway? What the heck? Oh, it's one of these ones. But at least they don't force you to do multiple things. Let's just do this one thing and done. I only did the Team Kamen Rider one because that's the only one I could actually do. Anyways, so switching back. All right, so obviously, this one. So as you heard, yeah. So you might be wondering why the heck I decided to get this CD box for Revice, despite the fact, like, you know, one, I haven't watched the series. Two, personally, I don't. It's not that I don't, but it's like, you know, I like Revice's music, but it's not like, I feel like the grand prime of Kamen Rider background music and such was like Ghost through like 01. I think just because of like since Saber, I've been kind of like faltering on like background music. But however, the reason why I decided to go all out with the Revice CD box is, again, because of the fact Avex actually cared this year. They actually decided to, hey, we should actually try to push out like music for this like series that we do music for, or that we provide our artists and such for. And I'm just really glad Avex actually was like not trying to treat Kamen Rider like a black sheep, because they've kind of been doing that since Ghost. Like, they've been kind of just like not really treating Ryder like, you know, any like, they've been like, again, they treat Ryder like it's a shame. Like, just because, like, I'll say ever like before Ghost, like Drive was probably like the last solid series that we had like constant releases for, that we kind of knew like, okay, this is going to release here, this is going to release here, and this is going to release here. But then that stopped after I wouldn't necessarily say that stopped at Don't Lose Your Mind. And here's the thing too, you have to keep in mind, Don't Lose Your Mind was like the last like insert song, like single released physically and such. That was like in 2015. And you know, yeah, we had like the Drive Best Collection, which that one was actually a really solid one too. Gaia and Drive had like really solid like song collections and such. But then, like, you know, for some reason, like, you know, when like Cho Superhero Tyson Genesis, no, Cho Movie Tyson Genesis was like, you know, coming out and such. That's kind of when I started to realize like things were kind of weird, just because I was like, Well, first of all, we had no announcement on Drive's CD box at all. And then, you know, the movie theme for Troll Movie Tyson Genesis, which I know that technically goes under Ghost, but like, regardless, like, Avex made this stupid single for it and such because they were like, oh yeah, here's the like Kamen Rider like movie theme song collection 2015, which comprised of Who's That Guy, Re-Ray, and that movie theme. And it's like, this single's pointless. Why did you put this out? You could have just put the single out. You could have just put the ending out by itself. I don't know why they decided to like repackage Who's That Guy and Re-Ray. Those are two good themes. But it doesn't make sense why they did that. I am speaking, right? I should be. But let me check YouTube again. I'm being very cautious. What am I doing? Well, at least updated. That picture's not centered, but okay. I am able to hear myself, so that's good. But basically, obviously from that point, we know where Ghost was going because Ghost had no insert songs, which I don't mind it didn't because it actually allowed me to appreciate the background music and such, which is why I adore Ghost's soundtrack a lot. Excuse me. But then like I don't have any issues with Ghost not having to insert songs at all because yeah, like early Heisei Rider shows didn't either. Well, I mean, Hibiki was like the only one that didn't, but like Kuga and Hibiki didn't. But like they had, but there were like vocal songs because like for example with Kuga, like all four main forms had a theme, even growing form. I assume it's supposed to be for growing form, but or just like a general Kuga theme, I guess. But and like ultimate form had a theme and such. And then with Hibiki, each rider got a theme. So Armed Hibiki got a theme. Ibuki and Todoroki had a theme, and I think there was like an extra one with all three riders. I believe I don't remember. So like, yeah, like, but with Ghost, however, Ghost was like the very first series that didn't have like any inserts. And if you want to be ignorant, you can count Go Go Ghost, but that doesn't count because of the fact that's obviously based off of something that's already existed within the show, which was the Ghost Driver jingles. And technically, the thing is that even that's technically not true that Ghost didn't have inserts because it did have like the one in universe song, which does count because of this. So Ghost did have one insert. Like if it's credited within the opening, it's an insert. But it's just that people basically, Ghost didn't have like the traditional writer inserts. So then they finally brought back inserts in Xade, but it was like a mess because it's like they just weren't. I feel like they forgot how to do inserts in Xade because obviously it took until like the end of the first quarter, like basically no, the beginning of the second quarter, like after Muddy Brothers Double X's debut, that like we got our first insert, and it was like, oh okay, so Kamen Rider Girls are doing the inserts, okay, but then like I think that song only got played twice. We got Wish in the Dark. Obviously, it's like, oh, cool. Like, that makes sense. I think then they only played for the one episode. And then like, what? Like, 10 episodes later, we got Perfect Game. Which, again, is like, yeah, this is, like, really solid and such. And then another 10 episodes, we got Time for Victory. And then that was it, because Justice never played. And, like, the thing, too, is that, like, so it's just kind of like, Xaid was basically what I'm trying to get to. Is like, Xaid. Xaid was kind of the start of the trend within Ryder, where I think again, it's just because it's not on the editor. I feel like sometimes it is, but I think for the most part, it's because of Avex. I think just because, like, I think Avex basically tells, like, I don't know, I guess the production that, like, hey, you got to promote this song and such. Like, I think they only ask, like, hey, can you promote the song for this week? And they would be like, okay, yeah, sure, we would do that. And then, like, that'll be it and such. I don't think Avex is, like, constantly like, hey, like, can you, like, please push the song out and such? And the thing, too, is that, like, at this point, whenever, like, we actually did get details about the inserts, we got the bare minimum of just, like, okay, here's the song title, here's the composer, here's the lyricist, here's the artist. More details coming soon. And it's just kind of like, that just got really old, especially, like, when it happens for 4 years in a row. Because it's just like, what happened to, like, actually, like, putting these songs out early? Like, what happened to actually, like, pushing these songs out and such? Because if this was, like, the prime of, like, Wizard, for example, Let's Try Together would have been out at least within the next month or so with the accompanying music video. But like, even at that point with Xaid, Avex had no, like, this is a different discussion, but, like, Avex had, like, I would say at least, like, in 2015, no, 2016, Avex had no idea what to do with Kamen Girls anymore. Like, because they were just like, well, shoot, we got this new formation, but we have no idea what to do with this group anymore. So it's just like, what they had. I mean, Stormy's story, I think, first debuted within one of their performances, but then, like, obviously it wasn't used and such, because, like, I mean, like, the thing is that there was 2 Xaid tracks that were composed by the composers of Xaid, but, like, re-renditioned to be, like, recomposed for Kamen Girls and such. But I feel like I'm getting off track. But basically, it's just kind of like, it's like cool that Xaid did finally, like, bring back, like, inserts, and, like, the fact that, like, we actually had a song collection and such. But, like, again, it's just like the song collection just wasn't, first of all, it wasn't really creatively, like, named, because it was just the TV opening, or the TV, like, opening theme and, like, insert song collection. It's just like, really, you guys couldn't do, like, Music Gamer or whatever? It's like, at this point, you can just tell, like, Avex was starting to not really care and, like, actually try to, like, provide content within, like, these song collections. Because when these song collections got released yearly, they were a big deal, because it's like, oh, cool. Because, like, this started with O's. It was just like, oh shoot, they're putting out a song collection comprising of all of the O's combo themes. And then you got an extra track with the melody, which was cool. And then with Fours did it, it was like, oh shoot, like this actually is a song collection now. Because it came with the opening, it came with Endless Play, and then it came with Meteor stuff. And it's like, oh cool, like they're actually expanding and such. And like the Wizard music collection style, Wizards is the one I always get thrown off by. But like Wizards, again, basically followed through with what Force did. And then obviously Gaim was pretty exciting. Just because it was like, oh shoot, this is like the O's one again. But like, I think, well, I mean, the thing with like Gaims too is obviously the big deal with this one is that we got like, rise your flag, rise up your flag, never surrender, Rambo escalation, and point of no return. Like we got like 4 new tracks out of that one. Like sadly they couldn't add Temp and Star. I think because of rights reasons. I don't know. It was really weird, but but then like I guess if we go back to like the O's combo, the O's music combo collection. I think that collection in general. I think O's actually did put all of those inserts out in a single, but I don't know which ones actually did get like physical releases and such. Because I think for that one, because I think at the time that released, I was not aware about the fact that like, from like Sun Goes Up, Time Judge All, Shout Out, and Power to Tear. I did not know those already got released. I thought those were actually new to the collection and such. But I think with that one, the only big thing was the melody. But then with Force's music states, that one was Cosmic Mind, I believe. And I don't know if Evolution Storm was new. It might have because those two had music videos. So I'm pretty sure those were exclusive to those. And also just because like those did come in like late. And then the Wizard, I think the only exclusive was Missing Piece. But like it makes sense. And then obviously, as I say, with Gaim, we had like 4 new tracks comprising of songs performed by the actors. And then with Best Collection, obviously the big deal. Well, I mean, it used to be a limited drive, but then obviously that got overshadowed by Spinning Wheel to the point Spinning Wheel was the first like track and such. Like they were making a big deal about Spinning Wheel, and it's like Drive was actually really exciting within like music, like song announcements and such, because like at this time again, like we had like these paths of like, oh okay, so we're either gonna have like a band, like just a random like band made specifically for the show, like these artists like that are within like Avex, or they're like technically only contracted through Avex within the series and such, and they're going to stay through, or they're going to like divert and such. And like Drive was interesting because they got Kamen girls to come back to do Unlimited Drive, and I was like, oh shoot, this is interesting. Like I guess this will be it. But then like, because basically it was kind of like, okay, like which path? So basically after Don't Lose Your Mind and Full Throttles, I was kind of like, okay, which path are they're going to like devolve to? Like either having the actors or bringing in Kamen girls. And I assume that like, okay, they went through the Kamen girls route, so like I guess we're just not going to get like songs sung by the actors. And at this point I was like, yeah, that's kind of really unlikely. But then Spinning Wheel happened. And it was like, oh shoot, they like actually subverted our expectations because they did both. They had it was just like actually exciting. And apparently Spinning Wheel, they were like producing since the beginning of that year, which is pretty neat and such. So it was just actually really cool. Like Drive's music, like again, Drive Best Collection is like one of the best like song collections within Ryder. Like Drive and Gaim were really solid and such. But then like again, Ghost didn't have anything. And also this is like the first time that like AX decided just to like release the entire soundtrack of the show after the show. Like, because it's like because I think from Wizard through Gaim, they just stopped releasing the soundtracks in batches because I think they only would release the first batch and then just put the second batch within the CD box. But then with Drive, we were supposed to assume they were going to do that too because they put out the first batch of the soundtrack at the same time as Don't Lose Your Mind. But then the CD box for Drive just never happened. Like, it was just baffling because, like, really? Like, it just didn't make sense. And then, like, it's ever since Ghost that Avex has just started just to do the soundtrack all in one. Which, yeah, I get that's a lot more convenient, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, do you guys really not want to make money? So, obviously, like, at this point, you know, in this current formula we were at, obviously all the music would just get released by the end of the show because Avex has no faith in Ryder until Saber. Well, I mean, I guess you can count Geo because Geo was actually the year they actually tried to do something different. Because obviously Geo was the 20th anniversary of Heisei. They're just like, oh, cool. They're like, oh, hey, like, let's just do like a special like Heisei commemorative album and such, to which, you know, they did. So, like, obviously, I really want to get that album. But, like, you know, disc 3 was comprised of just, like, either, again, unreal, like, it was basically kind of under like 3 categories. Like, obviously, songs from Geo, unreleased songs, remixes of songs, and covers. To which, obviously, the unreleased ones were pretty cool. I mean, I think the only unreleased one was Doubles. And then, like, the remixes, I mean, what I mean from that is, like, newer renditions of songs. So we got, like, a new version of Kuga's opening. We got Time Judge all 8 years later. And then the rest of the album was just comprised of, like, covers from Ryder Chips or Kamen Girls. But, you know, like, Geo, the first time since, like, Drive, was like, oh, cool. We actually got, like, 3 of the insert songs in the middle of the series. Because we finally got Geo Tokino Olja, Future Guardian, and Tsukino Michiruki. I can't pull my phone, or I can't. I forget Tsukiyomi's now, but like we got those 3, which made perfect sense to put out and such. So then when like the Geo, so like when the Geo like TV insert or the TV opening theme and insert song collection finally got released, like it wasn't as bad because it was just like, oh cool, like there's actually something to actually look forward to now. And also it's just because well, I mean, like, because again, if we backtrack beforehand, XA did not do a CD, or technically Ghost and XA did not do CD boxes just because Ghost didn't need to, and it's also just because Ghost and XA had their things have packed with toys. Obviously, with Ghost's soundtrack, which is basically the majority of Ghost music. That came with the Ori Spectre Ghost icon, obviously, and then like the Xade soundtrack came with the Ryder Chronicle 2-song version, which I still need to get that one because I got duped. But basically, then Build actually brought back the CD box. Obviously, the new format of the CD boxes are not, how they used to be, because obviously these ones are just repackages of these individual releases. But it's a lot cheaper for them just to repack it all than to just actually do something like repackage them and such, especially because these are getting released at the same date. Because I think beforehand, obviously, the song collections will get released like a month before, like at least sometime before the end of the series, and then these things will come out after the series. But now, because these are all coming together at the same time, it's just like Avex just is like, yeah, there's no point of just like doing new packaging and such. So Build actually brought back the CD box, obviously because of the Pandora box and such, and it came with the CD bottle. But I always appreciate because I still need to get Builds. I really want to get Builds, just because. But I at least appreciate Builds actually doing something different by actually having the obies. I think they replaced the obies or gave these obies for like to create the Build logo and such, which I think is really cool. And then Geo, like, I'll say the last 3 series, because like I don't mind Revices. Like Revice is kind of back to like the standard-ish like design, but like Geo, 01, and Saber. I'll say Geo and Sabers are like phenomenal. Those are like definitely what you like deserve out of a CD box. Obviously, it's not a box; it's a book. But like, those two are like phenomenal ones, especially with Geo's, because Geo for the song collection, they actually replaced half of the tracks because they replaced the instrumentals of like either new tracks or like previous or tracks used within the show. So like you got Believe Yourself, you got Hibiki's theme, or like, you got the first opening of Hibiki, then you had like some BGM tracks from Kiva and Kabuto, I believe. Like the songs they actually played within the show. You got the Kamen Girls version of Tsukiyomi's character song. Like technically the only new thing out of that was like the long mix of the Heisei Generation's Forever theme, which definitely fixes the song's pacing issue. Other than that, everything kind of remained the same. But then obviously you saw me guys get the 011. It's still in the closet next door. But the 011 was so underwhelming. Because yeah, it's cool that they actually try to do something interesting about it, but like it's just the fact that like obviously the headphones just were kind of cheap overall. Zriken just has them sitting on top of his desk because they've fallen apart. The Hemagear like pieces literally no longer stick and such. And like again, the CD selection, it's not bad, but it's just like I don't know, kind of under delivered. But like Sabers on the other hand, obviously Revice is actually going off what Saber did, because Saber didn't have any exclusive tracks, but like Saber included a exclusive DVD that's supposed to be a dance tutorial on the ending song, which no one has bothered to put out because I don't get it, which is why I'm gonna have to get it for myself. But it's also with Saber. This is the first series since Geo that they actually cared. because obviously, like, with Saber, they actually started putting out the music. It wasn't obviously because it was already the end of the show. Like, they put out the short versions of these songs, but who cares? They at least started releasing music again and actually started like posting info about the songs, more like informative information about these inserts. So it's like, oh, cool. It actually seems like Apex actually cares about Ryder again. But then, other than that, like, I think that one again. That one was like the typical like 4 box and so like 4 CD box and plus the DVD. I don't know. I don't know why no one bothered putting it up. And obviously that's why that brings us to Revice and such, because Revice, they actually started actively promoting this music. And actually it was like, ever since the beginning of this year, they're like, hey guys, by the end of December, they're like, hey, we're actually gonna like put out full version. We're actually gonna put these out fully and such, because practically with Revice, all of these, the majority of the tracks within like the song Best, which this is the thing I'm happy about Reiwa, they finally dropped the dumb naming scheme they typically went to with like TV opening and insert song collection. This one they just went back to song Best. Yes, I would have liked if they actually did to like do things like again like Revice, Counter Revice Music Genome, but like honestly, song Best is honestly a lot better title than just having a mouthful. But yeah, so basically for the majority of these, they have actually put them out and promoted them. They promoted them like enough. Like they actually cared, and they made tweets about it every week. They were like, "Hey guys, go check this out" and such. Even though like some weeks it would just be the opening, but like other than that, like Avex seemed like they actually were confident with Ryder again, and they're just like, "Yeah, let's just actually get this music out without like holding it in for like half a year because that's absolutely ridiculous." But yeah, so far this looks pretty interesting. Like, yeah, it is kind of disappointing that obviously they kind of resort just to like the stock images of the writers. Like they don't like Avex themselves don't like take in the picture. Well, I mean, I don't think they ever did. So let's open this after how long? Nearly 50 minutes. So oh wait, okay, so this is the Obi. So I think this is only a Blu-ray release, which makes sense. Yeah, so here's the box. Yeah, so like this is like a pretty like nice quality box and such. Let's just, because obviously again obviously the other Blu-ray I got, Bloom, this one's in a pretty high quality box also. Because like I probably shouldn't do that, but it's like, again, okay, I have a crease here, but it's just like, oh wow, I didn't even know about that. But it's just kind of like, if Avex can do stuff like this, why don't they incorporate it within Ryder? Probably because this is like up on SM's demands. At the same time, it's just like, look at this. Like this is like nice quality and such. Obviously, I would have liked if they did. If these just weren't like these, just the dual. Oh wow, if these just weren't like the jewel cases, but like instead like something like I don't know. Well, I mean, again, that's why I want to get the Geo and Saber ones, just because I think those ones are technically in this quality and such. Are just like, oh yeah, look at this and such. But so this is actually pretty interesting. So okay, these are already like, wow, this is actually this is actually something new because with yeah, so this doesn't actually just feel like a straight up repackage because there's no shrink wrapping at all. Because with the 011, they're all shrink wrapped and such. So please do not break on me. So oh, this is upside down. So here's disc 1, and then here's disc 2. Kamen Revice TV original soundtrack. I don't think this will have much. Again, like, yeah, there's not even anything about like the composer at all. Wow. Okay, this really doesn't supply much, but I think my favorite track out of this one, or out of Revice, is probably track 31 from disc 1. That's probably my favorite track out of the entire show. Also, I just really like this trend with the Reiwa where they actually incorporate the final form within the cover. And like again, that was kind of my issue with like the latter half, like Xaid, Build, and Geo. There was like no effort with the covers. Like at least here, I like what they're going with this. And you know, again, it's cool that the final forms are actually present and such. Okay, so here's this thing. So here's the Kamen Rider Revice song best. So again, like all of these are in the same unified pattern. But this cover, like I think they could have done a bit more, like especially because it just feels very odd that there's no one here on Vice's side. I would have at least just liked that they threw demons, but then again, I like the fact that Loveco and Evil are present at least. I really do like that Evil's not like shafted. Oh shoot, this actually might be entirely shoot. This actually might be entirely new. Oh shoot. Okay, that's okay. So these are actually not repactors, but these are actually specifically like new versions of these sets because this acknowledges this is not like disc 1 or disc 2. This is actually disc 3 and disc 4. So that's actually cool. Because that's probably why these don't have pamphlets. Just because it's all in one. It's probably the last one. So that's actually cool. Like, because this would have just been disc 1, but it's now disc 3, and then this one is disc 4. Also, like the fact that Revice now is like the biggest within Ryder to have the most music, pure perfection. Like we literally have 18 tracks, 18 vocal tracks. I don't know why they include the TV size of Live Devil. I think it's just because it is slightly different. But then they include all the versions, all the instrumentals. It's great. My favorite, I mean, like, I think I've listened to them all, obviously. I think obviously George's character song is probably up there. I like Riot and Bloom. I grew on Mirage Mirror and Cherryish. Those two songs definitely grew on me. I really like Iki's character song. That's a really good one. Go with the Flow and Volcano have kind of like faltered. Go with the Flow has the worst line distribution, so that's why I really like Cherryish a lot more. Vice's character song is fine. And Without You is good. And My Dream. I feel like I don't really have much to say with that one. But yeah. Again, Revice has really solid vocal songs. So this is the big one. Okay. So here we got the Kamen Revice movie version original soundtrack. So this is the this is the set that comprises of all three of the movies of Revice. So we get Gekijoban Kamen Revice, Gekijoban Kamen Revice Battle Familia, and Beyond Generations. Excuse me. Also, I just, I at least appreciate they like went with the movie aspect and such. I know it's kind of the most generic thing they could have done, but wow, this is interesting. Yeah, okay, they got rid of the pamphlet because I did see CD Japan unbox the individual release. But yeah, like I have to commend Avex for actually like differentiating the CD box versions to their individual releases. So yeah, I guess I will say the disappointing thing is that these ones don't tell you what exactly, like on the disc themselves, don't tell you what movie it is, because basically you have to look in the back. To which, yeah, okay, they crammed the entirety of both both these two movies into one disc, which I guess I don't mind. I guess just because of this format, I would have just preferred, especially because this is not being used anymore. I would have just kind of preferred if the first movie got its own disc, because it is really weird to kind of get a whiplash of because you don't really have a transition. I think that's kind of my issue, because obviously the first 11 tracks are from Gekijoban Kamen Revice, and then the rest of these are from Battle Familia. And then the Beyond Generation gets to be broken up into two. And again, this is kind of the case of where some of these tracks you're already gonna have Promise is already in this and such. But luckily, obviously, these ones, obviously these are movie edits, so those are fine. I actually really like the movie edit, or the movie version of Dance Dance. Yeah, so that's all for the 3 tracks. Now, the exclusive, the Kamen Revice movie music video collection. Obviously, this is the big exclusive. This is the big exclusive thing about this CD box in particular, because typically they will have these with the song collection, but I guess this time they really needed a reason to sell the CD box. I kind of would have preferred if this wasn't in a Blu-ray. Yeah. But I mean, I like what they're doing. How long is this? Yeah, again, this doesn't have a specialized pamphlet. But I think it's probably on this. But so basically, the track list consists of, or the music video collection comprises of Go With The Flow, Volcano, Without You, Mirage Mirror, Iki's character song, I don't know it off the top of my head, Cherish, George Kazaraki, Ryder System, My Dream, Right and Bloom, and then I guess. So okay, My Dream and Ryan and Bloom get entirely separate music video makings, which I think those are the ones from TTFC. And then we get the music video makings, just 2 compilations, I guess. So like that's kind of unfortunate that they just kind of crammed the non-TTFC ones into 2. But obviously My Dream and Ride and Bloom are already out on Avex's YouTube channel. And then all these other ones, as of now, short versions are out. I know someone out there is getting the music videos out, because I know Go With The Flow has already been subbed, and they said they're going to get pushed out all the others by the end of the week. I don't have any way of. I don't have a Blu-ray drive. I do have a Blu-ray player. It's upstairs, but then again, it's like, do I really want to play these upstairs? But yeah. So let's take a look at. So let's take a look at the booklet itself. It's nice quality. Okay, so for the soundtrack, we got the track list, and we got who the composer is, which is this is everything he has composed. Because again, this is one of the more prolific composers of Ryder, because he's done. I don't know what the first 2 are, but he did Decade, Double O's, Wizard Drive, and now Revice. And these are all the movies he's composed. Or actually, from here, these are all the ones he's composed. And this is his comment. And he acknowledges how he did the composition for Go With The Flow. Man, this is such a nice quality. Oh my gosh, this is really good. The track list. Okay, they got dice. So here's Live Devil, and then they got the TV size version for some reason. All right. So yep, they're using this picture again. Promise and Dance Dance. I kind of would have preferred if they actually told you who sung what, because I know Saber did that. Saber did that with Rewrite the Story. Oh, this is nice. They include the album covers, or the single covers for each single. So here's Go With The Flow. Again, they don't. Okay, so now we finally know what the English is. Let's get started. We're all here. People call us Boiling Soul Brothers. So exciting. Do you see that? We're known as Boiling Soul Brothers. All right. Sakura's presence is so bad. Well, at least here I get to know the English. Goes verse 2, you know what to do. Who did that line? Was it Iki or Vice? Okay, then here's Gekiyatsu Vice. I'm surprised they didn't do a music video for this one. I would have I would have liked it. Like, I would have wanted to see it. Devil's not so black as he is painted. Devil's children have the devil's luck. Wow. Mirage Mirror. This song's concept is really interesting. Again, I would have liked if there's actual line distribution. Because, like, I think some, like, for me, I think in this song, I kind of get lost at who's singing what. Because, like, I feel like up to, like, because I know that technically, like, it was probably like, I think for me, it's probably the chorus I get lost in, just because it's like, wait, who's leading, Kaguro or like Daichi? Because like I at least know up to like the second verse is done, because I know at least in the second verse it's supposed to be Kaguro singing first. I can tell, just from like the words he's like singing, such cherryish. Yeah, this song I'm actually surprised they actually like acknowledged like Love Co's like love for like metal. And like I find it really weird we heard the Geo like Egyptian sounds. I mean they've been using them since Geo, but like I get it. It's because she's a cobra. And then here's Iki's character song. This one's great. Like this is a really great song. I can't wait to actually watch the full music video because this one surprisingly they just like they actually just. I kind of wish they didn't put out like the entire thing. They basically because this song is like 5 minutes, so like they like cut out the second verse and such, and then just jump to the like last bridge and such because they basically did up to here and then did this part or this part I believe. Like I kind of wish they didn't put out the full thing. Here's Without You, and then the Dear Gaga version, which is Hiromi's version or a solo version. I don't know if the lyrics are identical. I think they are. From what I heard, I think they are identical, which kind of sucks that they are. Oh, yeah, they're the same. But like at the same time though, I at least appreciate that they changed the instrumentals because I think that definitely helps out making the song different. But I mean, like again, it's like they changed the like they changed like who this was directed towards anyway. Okay, My Dream. I Again, I don't know if they changed this one. I don't think they did. Um but My Dream, I assume this one I couldn't even tell if they actually changed the instrumentals either. So Riot and Bloom. What? Riot and Bloom is really great. I feel like I wish the music video was more upbeat to go along with the song, but oh well. Um, Other than that, I think the song definitely like utilized Yui's idol skills pretty well, or like her previous endeavors well. Okay, so they're okay. So they didn't bother giving a separate page for the dark version, and yet they gave these two separate page. I guess because it's the same. I guess because it's just his actor. So and also it's just because they didn't release it singly. This song is really interesting because it has like 3 verses and such. Like that's like it has 3 verses and then like cuz it's still like they just added like another verse for Reiwa. Which is pretty interesting. And yes, they actually clearly where's Excite? Because here they obviously purposely point out like realize and like live devil, but there's no like realizing like no, there's no like excite or like climax. I mean, oh, that's really cool. Anyways, yeah, so this song finally also got added. I think it's fine, but this is cool. We actually get like the behind the scenes pictures. They did. Like these are actually in a book. That's so cool. Not all the songs are present, obviously, but this is cool. Okay, now we're on the Revice movie. I like how they actually changed the. I mean, so I assume this is a part of the original release too. But okay, so this obviously will have lyrics. Yep. So here's Promise yet again. Dance Dance movie version. Oh, shoot. Wait. Are we not going to get this one eliminated the wait, yeah, so this one eliminated the this one eliminated the movie versions for the movie edits. That's interesting. Because the original individual releases actually did have the movie edits. But yeah, again, this is cool. This is cool. They include the pictures from the music video, like the behind the scenes stuff. So, I mean, this is technically representing Go with the Flow. And then we got Volcano, Without You, Mirage Mirror, and then that one, Cherryish, George's. Oh, cool. So, yeah, so there's no like. So this is just from all the ones they filmed that weren't like TTFC, which kind of sucks those ones aren't included. But yeah, so this is the entire credits for the TV soundtrack, song best, or all for song best. This is still song best, all right, and then the movie. Oh, and then like we get the credits for with the credits for these. Yeah, so this is what I assumed. All of these are from yeah, this sounds about right. So all of these are from the same director. And then there's choreography in Mirage Mirror? Um, there's choreography in Mirage Mirror, guys. other than that, these two are the Sakamoto director ones, and these two are clearly the same because I knew that these ones, because these two actually have like different like camera equipment and such. So yeah, this is like 129 minutes. Where's the mute? So there's someone named Momotaro. But yeah, so this explains as to why these 5 are like basically using the same equipment as it's done in the shows. All right. I'm pretty sure this special thanks is to well, I mean either one of these because okay, from what I remember, the choreographer for Go with the Flow, I guess Mirage Mirror, and Ryan Bloom is Magiel / Beatbusters actor, because I know he helped out and such, but I know also with Volcano we had Claude Tamaki's actor help out with Volcano, so I think he's either credited under a choreographer or he's in the thanks. But they had guitar instructors for Without You. But I really like, again, just especially with Iki's character song, I really like how that one was like filmed, because that one was actually just filmed on like not a steady cam. It's like a handheld like stick. I forgot what they're called, but you know, one of those like sticks that you just, you know, screw it to the bottom of the camera. It was literally like just filmed in one of like, it was like filmed with a DSLR, or like it was just filmed with like a typical like camera like this. Like, and like it actually made me astonished just because I'm like, wow, like this is cool. Like they didn't use any like, oh, I mean it could have been a Panasonic camera, but like oh, I mean it most likely was, but yeah. So this one's 100. This one was 100 like 89 minutes. 81 minutes. But then again, you have to keep in mind this is like double the price. And this one obviously didn't have music videos. It had a making. Yeah, this one only has like 3 things within its listings and such. But yeah, I think I'll have to pretty much do with this. This is really solid overall. I really like it. This is a really cool piece. Again, I know it's just all of these compiled and such, and basically with the music video portion, just kind of like tacked at the bottom. But like honestly, like, you know, this is like really easy just to like go through and such. But like, it's also just really interesting that Cherish and like George's character song were like, I think it was kind of clear that those two were filmed like way later. Just because like, also it's just because Cherish as of now is like the only music video to actually have a Ryder suit. So, because I don't think, I mean, I'm still genuinely surprised that Kagero is in Mirage Mirror because they never showed any pictures of Kagero. But yeah. So I think this is technically the only one like we already like saw and such, because that was the picture they used to promote this. But like, I'll say, like, yeah, here we got George wearing the Juga driver, but like, is he actually going to transform? I don't think so, but now because of the fact this actually finally confirms that that Cherish and George's song were from the same director, basically the same staff. Um, that, yeah, confirms a lot. Other than that, that was pretty fun. I kind of wish I had a way of like, I kind of wish I did have a way to extract all of this, but I don't, because I don't believe we have a Blu-ray drive, because we just don't, because it's just like, it's like, I have the music videos, but I can't watch them. Man. So I guess we would just do this. Let's put Balloon away first. I'm really excited what Avex has for Geats. They already have, like, Geats already has one insert, but I mean, like, it's kind of in the same lane as like, I'm struggling. Wait. It's in the same lane as shoot. You love you. Really? Other than that, I'm really curious as to what Gates is gonna do. Why am I putting this back? I was gonna actually tweet stuff about this, but yeah. So, you know, because no one's gonna watch it, or this might, you know, people might probably watch it later. Let's reveal what the next two are gonna be. Without confining information. So, how are we gonna do this? Oh, okay, wait. I can't do that. Let's just use this invoice split. Shoot. I don't know how to confine this with all. So, this is going to be the next one. I don't know. Either of these ones are going to be the next one, but here we got a list of things, and then there's that. And then this is the third one, which I'm pretty psyched for this one. This one's the dumb one. I want to have fun making the video. You guys aren't, but this one I should be getting. I think this one I'm confident that I will get this one next week. This one, on the other hand, I don't know if I'm going to get it by... I'm probably going to get it the week after, just because of the pre-orders. But these ones are not going to be live streams. These ones are going to interrupt the stream of Ghost. So, yeah, that's basically it for this stream. Just because I didn't really have... There's not really much. I went over all of this. I really like it. I think I did bash it and such. I think I did say that there will be a video on this. Like, I'll probably just say that there will be a video on this just because no one's watching. But I'm going to have to power through this and hope people put out the music videos by next week and such, because I think for this video in particular, I'll just use the short versions. But for like what I have in mind, I need the music videos. Yeah, that'll have to do with this stream. I really do like how this actually is continuous with this and such. But yeah, so I definitely do want to try to pick up the other ones, the other CD boxes and such. And like, it's a pretty solid package. And I think this one definitely is worth the price and such, just because of how much is included. Especially because of like, all of these are not single disc at all. All of these are, what is the heck? That's the phone. But like that I think that's what kind of justified me actually getting this for like the full price and such, is the fact none of these are single disc at all, except for the music video collection, but that's the Blu-ray, so it counts. I think this is worth the like $100, definitely. Right now you can't get it off of CD Japan; it's sold out. But hopefully you can get this elsewhere if you're a fan of Revice or you just collect Ryder music in general. I know no one really cares for like the physical releases and such, but obviously, like, it's just, again, for me, this is just kind of like a piece of like, I got this because Avex actually convinced me to get it. Yeah. For the third time, now I'll have to do, what other thing can we throw?
Hey, what's up?
I won't accept it. You're mine.
No.
남.
상어를 조심해. 깜짝이야. Surprise!